Here's some gameplay videos.
So the screen's not blank anymore.
Oh yeah, the screen is not blank. Correct. Alright, well, let's start off with the introductions. My name is Taro Omiya. I am Omiya Games. You'll find me under Ludum as the username Omiya Games, or you'll also find me at my website at omiyagames.com and Twitter Omiya Games.
I am Anthony.
You'll be commentating, I'll be playing. Dinos vs Volcanoes. Dinos vs Volcanoes. The shield volcanoes are great against the how do you pronounce these?
Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus. Does it have feathers? Because I want to have it scientifically accurate. The composite volcanoes are great against the Triceratops. Caldria is great against the Spinosaurus. So, in other words, this is rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Don't let the dinos move all the way to the left. Okay, so it's a tower defense. Here are some gameplays. Hambone. Hambone, you asked for it, you shall receive it. We are now going to play. I love Anthony's intro. You have a fan! How do you feel about this?
Ecstatic.
Fantastic! Alright, well, let's continue in the extract all process. Can you feel the dinos being apparently slaughtered and protected by volcanoes at the same time? I guess they're being slaughtered by volcanoes if they're walking towards it. And this... Those are dinosaurs? Oh, those are dinosaurs. Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Read me that text. I will read you. Sounds like a good idea. Please run A-run me. Okay, that sounds like a good idea, actually. Thank you for letting us know. A-run me.executable. Sounds like a perfect idea. Once for Porbus, let's get those sound earbuds going along. Oh man, Avast is scanning. Program can't start, don't worry about it. It's our virus scanner being unfair to us and to the world.
We're just gonna have to be patient.
Oh man. Oh, do you hear anything?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. It's not showing up, unfortunately. Why are you not showing up? Alright, well, looks like we're gonna have to be playing like this.
There it goes.
Oh, okay, so these are currency, so we can use to protect ourselves with. Gotta collect all those diamond ores. Oh, are we supposed to protect the left side of the screen? Yep, we are supposed to protect the left side of the screen. We are doing such a spectacular job, I wasn't paying attention.
Shields should probably go front.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's tower defense, this tower defense of volcanoes. Collect gems. It's kind of hard to tell why I have enough money to collect some certain things. Like being able to see currency would be really nice, like how much are these valued and why I can collect them. There's a zombie on my lawn. There's a zombie on my lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. I just realized it's supposed to be on your lawn. Oh man. There's no score system, so we don't know how much
It's
we're
on
winning.
top.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Weird.
Is it a Game Maker game?
No, I think this guy made it from scratch. In Visual Studio, no less. I'm assuming that's Visual Studio. I could be very wrong. I feel like I don't have enough currency to buy this caldera. Those are like some of the most adorable dinosaurs I've seen in quite a while. They have such great resemblance to the dinosaurs that I remember, except they're scientifically inaccurate in that they don't have feathers.
Brachiosaurus would have had feathers.
Yeah.
Is it still Brachiosaurus or is it Brontosaurus again?
I don't remember.
I thought that happened recently.
I distinctly remember one of them turned out to be false.
If you put the composite at the left side of the screen, will the lava go all the way across?
Yeah, that's a good question. Short answer, yes. It's kind of weird that the shields themselves actually manages to still shoot. I guess they're supposed to be like volcanoes, kind of drizzling whatever they wanted to. Then again, why are they temporary? So many questions.
I'm not sure it's like meant to be a shield. I think maybe they all kind of do the same thing. Because it said certain dinosaurs are weak versus some of these other things, right?
Yeah, they did mention that, but the lava for each one of them looks exactly the same. I assume those are lavas anyways. They look like kind of Minecraft blocks to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. This feels like it's a poorly balanced tower defense game. Felt like all of the effort in the game was put into the artwork. I'm sure the game gets harder, and it's already feeling like it's getting harder, but it's so slow that I don't know, I'm not nearly as compelled. It's worth noting that Plant vs. Zombies, what they did for energy resource management was that you can actually increase the number of energy resources you can pull in by dropping very specific sunflower plants, which actually made the game go by a lot faster because now that whole aspect was under the user's control. I'm kind of wanting that right now. And I can tell this is very clearly a rip-off, or, I mean, a riff, not entirely intended to be a rip-off. There's a difference between the two. Plant vs. Zombies. And while I kind of like the smiling, or frowning, that's a frowning face, right? Volcano there.
Maybe a sleeping face.
It's a sleeping face, okay, we'll go with that. I'm kind of left with, was this person trying to program this together as much as possible, because it, you know, coding with Hambone is in his username, his or her username, I should assume. I feel like as a game it's kind of a bad demonstration, but that's just me. Oh goodness. I don't know. I think I'm pretty much done. What do you think?
Build some stuff on the left.
Okay.
And only build them as the dinos come in. See how many are coming in.
So their health meter is demonstrated by their color. That's interesting.
That's a Spinosaurus.
I didn't know. I learned something new today.
So Brachiosaurus, you say, had feathers? The long necks there?
Yeah, all of them had feathers.
Every single dinosaur?
Every single dinosaur.
Well, how much of their body was feathered?
Pretty much all of it. That's why they all have beaks for their mouths. Okay, the Triceratops did. I don't think the T-Rex. No, the T-Rex I heard... I don't remember now. But yeah, even the T-Rex is actually feathered. Looks very much like a really gigantic chicken.
I don't know about that. Where'd you hear that? Where can I find out more information about dinosaurs?
It's a good question, actually. I don't remember where I heard it from. Maybe you can ask Jamie to search into that later.
Jamie, do a search for dinosaurs.
Scientifically accurate dinosaurs.
Alright, I won't.
Perfect. Thank you, Jamie.
Doesn't seem like it's getting any more difficult.
To be fair, it's generous.
Yeah. Oh.
Should we actually see what happens if we game over? Because clearly this is meant to go on forever.
Yeah, might as well. So. Don't
I'm
build.
gonna be picky with which dinosaur actually makes it through. I like the yellow one.
Did this get hit? Game over. So only one needs to get through.
61,800 points. Wow. No offense, I didn't really enjoy that. I'm sure given this whole programming task that you're trying to do at the same time, that it was very much not intended to be a fun game per se, but yeah, that left me much to be desired, to be completely honest. So, without further ado, let's go on with the rating. Innovation, fun, theme.
Well, let's talk about why it wasn't fun, at least.
Yeah, that
Or
sounds
what
like a very...
could be done.
So...
Alright, go ahead.
The point of tower defense, at least the way I understood it, is the feeling like you're able to defend your location, but just barely enough. A lot of it is about resource management to make sure that you've correctly allocated which resource you're going to stick with, to be able to respond promptly on what kind of enemies has been appearing, and so forth. Zombies, especially in games like, Plant vs. Zombies, a lot of that was intended to teach you very slowly, letting you know that, by adding a simple complexity of zombies can only run in on a specific lane, which means that when you're placing your resources, you need to make sure all your lanes are covered, and so forth. So it's kind of clever. It's kind of cleverly designed in that it's trying to make certain things much simpler. There's also the fact that a lot of the what you're defending is easy to tell because they have this simple iconography, like the shield things. They are this gigantic nut that just hangs in the way, and they have an animation where the zombie tries to eat through that nut. So I think where tower defense should succeed is the feeling of accomplishment, the feeling of a certain rush that you're being attacked, and to be able to conquer that rush eventually because you are good at reserving your resources, collecting them as necessary, and so forth. There's a sense of, there's a very fine balance that is necessary, and this is obviously entirely dependent on which person you're playing with. There's a fine balance you feel like that's necessary that makes you feel like, oh wow, I made that through in just a pinch. I could have gone very badly. I feel like this game did poorly on both of those ends. It didn't give me a lot of monsters, or it didn't give me a lot of dinosaurs to feel like I was in any sort of threat, and it gave me a ton of resources right off the bat to be able, so that I can use a lot of the defensive stuff. To the developer's credit, I was able to place stuff very quickly. That is actually really important. It's necessary to make the player feel like he or she has control over the situation. At the same time, they felt very badly overpowered, and at the point where I was just placing 3 shields right in the front, I actually couldn't even tell what was going on because I thought that they were going to come from the left side, and even then, once I figured out that dinosaurs were popping in, I'm like, wait, that's just it. They walk very slowly. It just felt very awkward and weird that I was already overcoming the wave just by placing a bunch of things on the right side of the screen. So that's my line of thinking about that. When I say like I didn't have fun with it, there was no sense of risk. There was no sense of fear that I experienced or thrill playing this game that made me say, okay, yeah, this is a legitimate tower defense game. So that's my long rant about that. Do you have anything more to add?
Yeah, I would like it to be more intense.
Mm-hmm.
Just need some juice too.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs stomping and shaking the ground and all that. So maybe some of the dinosaurs are faster than others, and
I also felt like certain UI elements were not implemented. The score being the title bar was really confusing.
if you get like a species that travels in herds, like the Gallimimus, they could all stampede into there, and that'd be interesting. Like in Jurassic Park. Remember Jurassic Park?
I actually don't. I don't think I've seen any of the films with... No, I think I've seen 3.
You should see the first one.
Which was really bad, and I heard that it was like really bad.
3 was... You mean 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm not going to judge the entire series from just one entry of it, but still, yeah. In regards to humor and mood, I thought there was none, which is why I'm not rating them. I think it's unfair to rate something when there's none of that. But I am going to rate this overall as 1 star. It was a good attempt. I felt like some of it was a little too steeped into programming. And I'm a programmer myself. I understand the glory of being able to make everything on your own. That's a really good feeling, and I think that's really impressive that you're able to do that. At the same time, I'm personally also along the line of thinking that whatever is necessary to get a better product, that is going to be what people are going to value the most. And regardless of how much programming effort, how much time went into it. And from what I saw, I'm sure you took up all the entirety of 72 hours and you didn't even sleep or anything like that. But ultimately, I felt like that was kind of for naught. A lot of other games that spent a lot less time with that was able to produce a better quality of work. This is entirely my opinion. Us programmers are always opinionated on whether things should be made in Scratch or not. So I shouldn't try to shake the boat as I've already done here. But nonetheless, those I have seen better, and this game just left a lot for me to be desired. Was I too harsh?
I don't know.
Anyways.
Dinosaurs are cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna say what our marquee says.
Huh? What's that mean?
I like the basic concept and the Plant vs. Zombie things you have going on there. I think the game would benefit considerably from having more information on the screen. Also, clicking gets kind of hectic between collecting minerals and dropping units. I think just requiring them to touch the mouse pointer might have made the controls feel less cramped. I felt like the game was too easy. Resources were incredibly generous, and the dinos posed no threats. This makes the tower defense portion of it rather boring. While I appreciate being able to place units right off the bat, I think a hefty amount of work should be focused on balancing the game. Such that the player senses some sort of threat. It might be a good idea to look into how to make or how to balance resources in games. Man. Well, that made me feel cranky like Jamie.